Community Profiles with TV Rotorua and the Rotorua Energy Charitable Trust. Great to have you with us for another edition of Community Profiles. I'm Wayne Douglas, and it's my pleasure to introduce Lindley Parry, who has something very, very interesting to talk to us about. That's why she's here, of course. Lindley, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
The Ronald McDonald Family Retreat. It's the first of its kind in New Zealand, and It's right here in our very own Rotorua. That in itself is really exciting, but it's exactly that. We want to paint a picture during the course of our chat, I guess. It is a retreat.
Yes.
Who can take part in it, and what's the whole concept?
So the Ronald McDonald Family Retreat, located out on the beautiful shores of Nongataha.
Yes, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's a really special property. Provides a week's free accommodation for families with children that have either got a serious or terminal illness.
Sure.
So obviously there's an enormous demand for families who can't afford a holiday away. And we've also had families that are recently bereaved. So we've had families that have lost a child within the last 12 months have come and stayed with us, which is, I guess it's a really sad part of the family retreat, but it's really neat seeing how it can help those families to regenerate and sort of renew. And
sometimes people need to withdraw and spend time with the rest of the family.
Yes, yes, they do indeed.
So that's why I guess it's a retreat in the true sense of the word.
Yes, it is indeed. Yeah, so we're really lucky. A number of the local attractions provide free or heavily discounted access for the families, which is just absolutely incredible. We're very, very fortunate with the amount of community support we've got. So we have some families who come and do 5 or 6 solid days of, hardcore attraction participation. Yeah. And then we have some other families who just come and spend all the entire week at the family retreat, because again the family retreat has got like a big TV and it's got.
I was just going to say, I've seen some of the pictures obviously, sure. and there's DVDs, there's PlayStations, there's everything. Yes. Everything you have actually had to think of everything in terms of what people's needs would be.
Yes, we have indeed. Yeah, so it's a really nice property just to stay on. It's right on the lakefront, so it's quite special for people to be able to walk along the lakefront or go to the playground, and it's very tranquil.
I'm just thinking, people watching right now, Lindley, in the sense of being able to support it, they can do that, can't they? If someone wants to make donations, it's you've got to maintain it. It's got to be sustainable, and it's got ongoings and outgoings, etc. So people can make donations, and at the end of the show, of course, we'll have all the details of how they can contact you.
Sure.
But that is an essential part of the operation, isn't it? People's contributions.
Yeah, that's right. So it costs around for 2013. We've got a budget of $65,000, and that's just for, we say it's for the unsexy stuff. It's the boring stuff like the electricity and the rates
and things.
The necessities to keep the place going, and toilet paper and coffee and all those sorts of things. So it does take a bit to keep going, but we are again very, very fortunate that a number of local businesses and organisations and people support it. A number of our staff, for example, at McDonald's make weekly donations, some $1, some up to $20 a week.
It all helps.
It does. It's incredible how we've run sort of little bits and pieces from all over the place, pull together and help us through.
And you had a huge event. We won't go into all the details, but a huge event back in May where you raised a lot of money from quite surprising sources in various places. Yes. That was exciting.
Yes, it was. That was fantastic. We ran a supper club fundraiser. So it's an annual event. We've had 3 now. We've got our next one on May the 22nd. And we raised $54,000 this year, which was incredible. The first year we'd raised 27, the second year we'd raised 32, so it was an enormous amount of money to raise.
Raising the bar every year.
Well, it meant that we were able to replace some things. We bought a couple of really nice big couches and a couple of tables, and we've got a bigger dining table and those sorts of things, so it's been great.
Well, it's been great having you on the show, and I know you and your husband are really involved in the whole thing, and I can see by your smile and your passion that it is something you really feel part of now.
Yes.
It's part of who you are, I think, isn't it?
Yes, I think it is.
I think it's fair to say that. But we appreciate what you're doing out there, and if anyone wants to contact you, the details will come up on the screen. So thank you for joining us on Community Profiles.
Thank you very much. That was lovely.
Well done. And thank you for joining us on Community Profiles. I'm Wayne Douglas, and we'll see you next time. Community Profiles with TV Rotorua and the Rotorua Energy Charitable Trust.